Your car doesn't hate you, or does it? With every rev, bump, and a hard shift, you could be unknowingly causing your vehicle years of pain. Curious which of your driving habits are the biggest offenders? Let's find out together. Number 1, riding the brakes. You might think that lightly resting your foot on the brake pedal is harmless. After all, you're not slamming on it, right? But even the smallest bit of pressure can gradually wear down your brake pads, shaving off their lifespan bit by bit. Every time you ride the brakes, you're generating unnecessary heat in the braking system. This heat doesn't just stress the pads, it can also warp the rotors, leading to vibration when you brake and a hefty repair bill down the road. Consider this. Brake pads are designed to handle friction in short, controlled bursts. When you constantly ride the brakes, it's like running a marathon on a sprained ankle. The pads get too hot, begin to glaze over, and lose their effective grip. Over time, this means they'll need replacement sooner, and if ignored, that overheating can even compromise the brake fluid, making the entire system less efficient. The solution? Keep your foot off the brake unless it's absolutely necessary. When possible, let your car naturally coast to a stop. Your wallet will thank you later. But brakes aren't the only thing silently suffering. Number 2, revving before the engine warms up. Starting your car and immediately revving the engine might feel like giving it a boost of energy, but in reality, it's setting the stage for expensive problems. Here's the issue. When an engine is cold, the oil inside hasn't had enough time to fully circulate. That means all those critical components, the pistons, cylinders, and crankshaft, are rubbing against each other with less lubrication than they need. This drastically increases friction and causes microscopic wear on the metal parts. Fortunately, the solution is straightforward. When you start your car, resist the urge to rev the engine. Let it idle for at least a minute or two, or simply drive gently until it's warmed up. It's a small adjustment that can save you from massive headaches down the line. But what about habits you don't even realize you're doing? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Number 3, resting hand on gear shifter. Do you rest your hand on the gear shifter while driving? It seems like the ultimate laid-back position, but that small, casual habit could cost you way more than you realize. While it might feel natural, this puts unintended pressure on an often overlooked part of your car's transmission: the selector fork. The selector fork, for those unfamiliar, is a delicate component inside your transmission designed to shift gears. It briefly engages with a rotating collar to select a gear, and that's it. It's meant for momentary contact, not constant weight. However, resting your hand on the gear stick applies steady force to this part. Over time, that continuous pressure causes unnecessary wear. At first, the damage is subtle and easy to miss, but it compounds. As the fork degrades, shifting becomes less precise until eventually it could fail altogether. The result? Repair costs that can easily climb into the thousands, depending on the extent of the transmission issues. So how do you prevent this? Keep both hands on the steering wheel unless you're actively shifting gears. Simple adjustments like this go a long way in preserving your transmission and avoiding an unwelcome bill. The next habit we'll cover doesn't involve your hands. It's about something you encounter on the road every single day. Number 4, ignoring dashboard. Warning lights. Dashboard warning lights are your vehicle's way of speaking up when something's wrong. Ignoring them is like turning a blind eye to a cry for help, one that can escalate from a small issue into a major, costly repair. Whether it's the check engine light, oil pressure warning, or brake alert, each signal is designed to notify you of potential trouble. Still, many drivers continue their commute, hoping the light will turn off on its own. But these warnings rarely disappear without reason. They're indicators of real problems that demand attention. Overlooking a dashboard light can lead to cascading damage. For example, ignoring an overheating warning could result in a blown head gasket or engine failure. A lit oil light might mean your engine isn't being lubricated properly, risking internal damage with every mile. Even a minor seeming light like the tire pressure indicator can signal an unsafe driving condition that affects braking and fuel efficiency. The longer these warnings are dismissed, the greater the damage and the bill. Addressing dashboard alerts early doesn't just save your car, it protects your wallet and your safety. Number 5. Speeding over potholes or bumps. Potholes and speed bumps might seem like minor inconveniences, but when you hit them at high speeds, your car pays the price. Every sudden jolt or impact risks more than just a momentary bump. It can lead to damage that's both costly and unavoidable. Potholes alone are responsible for nearly a third of all vehicle damage reported, according to experts, making them a surprisingly common culprit. Hitting one too hard can bend your wheels, cause sidewall bulges in your tires, or even crack your alloy rims. And the damage doesn't stop there. When your car slams into a pothole or speeds over a bump, it transfers the force directly into the suspension. Over time, this can misalign your suspension system, creating unsafe handling and uneven tire wear. In some cases, the impact can even affect your car's undercarriage, putting stress on the exhaust system or damaging other vital components underneath. Tires, which were designed to last tens of thousands of miles, often suffer a shortened lifespan from this repeated abuse. Number 6. Delaying oil changes. Skipping an oil change might seem like an easy way to save time, but it's a decision that can haunt your car's health and your wallet in the long run. Motor oil isn't just a lubricant. It's the lifeblood of your engine. It reduces friction, cools components, and prevents harmful debris from building up. However, as oil gets older, it breaks down, losing its ability to protect your engine's moving parts and keep everything running smoothly. When oil becomes inefficient, it begins forming sludge, a sticky, thick residue that clogs vital engine passages. This blockage can starve critical parts, like camshafts and piston rings, of the lubrication they need to function efficiently. Without proper oil flow, those metal components grind against each other, causing overheating, reduced efficiency, and eventually, catastrophic wear. Severe driving conditions, like frequent short trips or stop-and-go traffic, amplify this problem by degrading the oil even faster. Number 7. Frequently running on low fuel. Driving with your gas gauge hovering near E might not seem like a big deal, but it's quietly putting your car's fuel system at risk. Your fuel pump, which is essential for delivering gas to the engine, relies on the fuel in your tank, not just for operation, but also for cooling and lubrication. When you consistently drive with low fuel, the pump isn't properly submerged, leaving it exposed to higher heat and more wear on its moving parts. Over time, this unrelenting stress adds up, leading to premature failure. And here's the thing, this damage doesn't happen all at once. It's a gradual, cumulative process, with the pump degrading bit by bit until one day it simply gives out, leaving you stuck with a hefty repair bill. Fuel pump replacements routinely cost hundreds of dollars, and that's if the failure hasn't rippled into additional repair needs. Number 8. Hard acceleration and braking. Hard acceleration and sudden braking might give a rush in the moment, but the hidden damage to your car is anything but thrilling. When you rapidly accelerate, your engine and transmission are forced to work harder than they're designed for in normal driving conditions. This creates excess heat and friction within the engine, which can degrade the oil faster and lead to wear on internal components like the pistons and crankshaft. The strain on the transmission is just as severe. Frequent stress from hard starts increases the likelihood of internal component failure, which can lead to repairs costing thousands. Sudden braking comes with its own set of consequences. Each time you slam on the brakes, your pads and rotors experience a surge of friction and heat. Over time, this constant abuse can warp the rotors, chip away at the pads, and require replacements far sooner than normal. Add in the excessive heat, and you'll find yourself dealing with more frequent visits to the mechanic and a rapidly shrinking wallet. Number 9. Neglecting tire pressure. Underinflated or overinflated tires might seem like minor concerns, but they quietly affect more than just how your car rides. They compromise your safety. Tires rely on proper pressure to maintain their shape, traction, and durability. When a tire isn't inflated to the manufacturer's recommended level, it begins to wear unevenly. Underinflated tires, for instance, experience excessive wear on their outer edges, while overinflation causes the center tread to thin out faster. Both situations shorten the lifespan of the tire and lead to unexpected replacements. There's also a hidden financial hit. Underinflated tires increase rolling resistance, meaning your engine has to put in extra effort to keep the car moving. This results in lower fuel efficiency, effectively draining money with every mile. Over time, improperly inflated tires don't just wear out faster, they make your car more expensive to operate day to day. And when tire wear becomes irregular, it can signal alignment issues, which only adds to repair costs. Number 10. Shifting from reverse to drive without stopping. Are you guilty of shifting from reverse to drive or drive to reverse while your car is still rolling? It might feel like you're saving time, but your transmission definitely doesn't feel that way. This habit forces the transmission to absorb all the momentum of the moving vehicle, a job that's meant for your brakes. Over time, this stress wears down internal components and can lead to costly repairs. Inside your automatic transmission, there's a component called the transmission band. Its job is to engage and disengage the gears, allowing for smooth shifts as you drive. Shifting before coming to a full stop puts constant strain on this band, causing it to wear out prematurely. The result? Slippage, rough gear changes, and eventually, outright failure. The solution is as easy as it gets. Always come to a complete stop before changing gears. Make sure the car is fully stationary, with your foot firmly on the brake, before selecting the next gear. This simple habit can significantly extend the lifespan of your transmission and save you from an unnecessary financial headache. Now that you know these habits, it's time to take action. These habits may seem small, but together, they can add up to thousands in repairs and a drastically shorter lifespan for your vehicle. By spending a little time changing the way you drive, you're not just preserving your car, you're protecting a massive investment. As experts have noted, taking action to change your habits now can have a major impact on the longevity and usability of your vehicle. Start making smarter choices today, and your car will thank you with fewer breakdowns and a smoother ride. Remember, a little care today prevents big problems tomorrow.